What's up, y'all?
We made it. Our first live. Right?
Yes. So we
figured
thought
it
it would
out.
be more straightforward, and not that it's not straightforward, but we tried to schedule it in advance, and because I was using my cell phone, it wanted us to use this. What's going to happen is it automatically going to just pop up and ask us to start the live,
Yeah.
and it did not. It said it was waiting on mobile connection. So I was trying to cancel that one and start another one. And
So what do we do? Just basically sit here and talk to each other until somebody pops up.
you have
Oh,
to
there's
look.
there's four people. Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
All right, y'all. This is our first time, so y'all got to bear with us. We're trying to learn.
We're trying to learn.
But anyway, looks like we made it.
So is there any way to know who those four people are, or
I have no
unless they
idea.
comment?
I don't know.
Hey, could one of y'all drop a comment so we can see what it looks like, please?
Yeah, we can tell that people are.
Oh, now we lost one. Now it's three.
Well, don't be obsessed with that.
Oh, I'm gonna call out everybody that leaves. Just kidding.
Elvis grew his hair out, looking good.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, he dyed it as well.
I'm trying to just have a different look, man. So.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way. And if you're a YouTuber and you know Keith, is there any way to see who's connected other than people commenting and you seeing their names pop up?
Yeah.
With the comment?
I guess not, right? I guess you just.
Well, there's probably a way, but we're not bright enough to know how to do it right now. So maybe we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out someday.
So anyway, yeah, we just thought we would do a live and just kind of talk about what we've got going on.
Ah, look who it is.
Oh, hey.
What's up, James?
And Dawn.
What's up, Dawn?
Did y'all enjoy your vacation? I've been jealous looking at the pictures on Facebook.
It's weird waiting for their response.
I know.
Hey, James, what do you think about my new do, man? I'm trying to switch it up. So...
Elvis and his crazy antics.
I've always wanted hair like Justin Bieber, and I found this wig, so I went for it.
Yeah, he bought this wig on Temu.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna wear it to the supermarket later, can
I? I don't care. I'll just walk, a few feet ahead of you where they don't think we're together.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, y'all. So yeah, we got a few trips coming up, but we're trying to do that regular work-life balance, plus our catering business that we do, plus traveling. So right now, we really only have a couple of weekends a month that we can travel.
Harley's World. Hey, Harley.
How are you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, bear with us. We're trying to figure out this whole live YouTube world. We were stumbling to begin with, but maybe we've got it figured out.
Yep, looks like 5 are in the room. Yeah. Oh, 6 now.
Yeah.
Cool. We were afraid that we might not even have one. We'd be here talking to ourselves for like an hour, but
I was like, not that we don't sit here and talk to each other anyway, but
Yeah.
Are you on StreamYard?
We have no idea. What is that? Seems like you know more than us.
Yeah, no idea what StreamYard is. Yeah. We couldn't even figure out how to get the computer.
Oh, maybe that was the extra software was saying you had to upload.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, it was asking if we had streaming software, but no, we're just doing a webcam.
Yeah.
From a laptop.
Yeah. We got to start doing more of these so we can kind of,
Yeah, of course, the first one's always going to kind of be the worst one, just trying to figure out what we're doing.
The first live is the hard. Hey, what's up? Oh. Booth Crush, right?
Yes, that's Booth our
Crush, yeah.
Friends in Carrollton.
Yeah. How you guys doing? Yeah, this is weird, this live thing, but I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It's awesome. James said it was awesome. One of our best. You guys would love it. Great hair. 34 days till our next cruise on MSC Seaside and starting our Disney Castle quest. Oh, that's cool.
Hey, thanks, Keith.
Yeah.
Awesome, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's gas money, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Yeah, we just booked another cruise, but not till April of next year. So we have a good ways to wait. Oh no!
Oh no. Booth Crush. She's sick. Read out loud.
Harley's World said StreamYard is a format you can use. You can invite up on your panel, YouTube it, and it will show up.
Ooh, nice.
Well, we hope you get to feeling better on this rainy Sunday.
Yeah.
And hopefully the next live won't be as shaky as this one has started out to be.
Hey, Harley's World, we're definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, because anything that'll make it easier, we're in.
I know Keith gave us a super chat. That's so cool.
That's so cool. Yeah, super chat. Wow. That's our second we've had?
Yeah.
No, we got a thank you before.
Super thanks. Yeah.
Super thanks. There you go. Yeah, thank you. Such an old dork.
Well, it's all right. I love you anyway. So where's everyone from? Harley's World. Where are you from? And Keith, we know where the Babers are from.
And we know where Booth Crush is from.
Yes.
Yeah, where you from, Keith?
Oh, Michigan. Cool.
Oh, wow. Cool. Michigan. I've been to Michigan before. I've been to a little town called Saginaw, Michigan.
Arizona.
Nice.
Oh, well, it's really hot out your way, Keith.
Yeah.
We've thought it was hot in Georgia, but seeing the temperatures out west, no, we don't have it bad at all. Oh, thanks.
What is that? Like a super thanks or something? Hey, thanks, James. Wow, cool. That's awesome. You know what? We got to make our way to Arizona at some point. I bet there's some interesting towns over there.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, Booth Crush. Yeah, I'm from Mountain Zion as well. I don't know if you saw me comment back the other day about that. So that is so cool. Such a small world. I probably know your husband. Maybe. Well, depending on the age. I graduated in 95. All
right, I'm going to have to take this off because it's getting hot. My Justin Bieber wig.
Well, go back to your, go get a quick haircut and come back and
all right.
Or pull the wig off and just sit back down.
Woo. Damn.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Why?
I think this is making us hot. Yeah, maybe all the lights. Yeah.
Tell me how
we had to cut some. That's
okay?
Fine. Yeah. Right. We had to cut some extra lights on because it's rainy in Carrollton today, so it's very dark outside. So we have the curtains open, but it was just very dark in here.
We are about 10 years older than you guys.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I have a couple of older sisters. Well, my oldest sister, she's 4 years older than me. So Mountain Zion's still a small place. So I've probably heard of them, even if I don't know them personally. Maybe. We'll see.
Harley's World. My family is from Georgia and Florida. Oh, wow. Cool.
What part of Georgia are they in, Harley? And, Elvis is from Miami.
Yeah.
So a lot of his family still lives down there.
Yeah, all of them.
Well, your brother,
my brother
Felix,
lives in Georgia,
is up here.
Yeah. I want to ask people like the person from Michigan, that's Harley's World, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and Keith, if they have any ideas, like interesting places that we would be able to go see in Arizona or Michigan, let us know, guys. If there's anything that you find that you think is interesting that would make good videos for us, because at some point we will make our way to both of those places.
Yes, we've
Lily, Georgia. We were by there. That's by Unadilla.
Oh yeah. We were just in South Georgia last weekend and did a lot of videos.
Somebody commented and said their family's from around there. I wonder if it was Harley.
Oh, probably so.
Yeah.
Indian Rocks, Florida. Do you know where that's at?
I've never heard of it. No. Probably a good part.
Yeah, we're eventually trying to make our way to all 50 states, but Cordele. Okay.
Oh, that's where my father and my mother lived there for years.
Yeah, and you still have an aunt.
Yeah, I have an aunt that lives there.
Yep. I went to Hollywood, Florida back in the early 90s. I wanted to visit Miami, but we ran out of time.
Oh, well, let me say something. Back in the 90s, Hollywood was looking a lot nicer than Miami. The 90s was a very bad time for Miami because that's when the whole drug thing went down, where all the drug cartel
Cartels and
people,
stuff.
they went to prison. So it was a ghost town. Miami, downtown Miami in the 90s was completely abandoned. There was no open businesses. It was very ugly. So you didn't miss out on anything. You should go now. Being in Miami right now is like being in Dubai. It's incredible.
All right, James, I'm going to write that down. So Lake Powell, Arizona.
Oh, that's right. He knows about Arizona, right?
Yeah, believe it or not, every time someone gives a suggestion, we do write it down. I mean, it might take us a while before we get to all of these places, but
Yeah.
we do write it down and make a note of it. Sedona, Jerome. Oh, lots of haunted places in Grand Canyon.
Okay.
All right, let me write that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is we've taken a couple of trips out west to Colorado and Utah and Wyoming and Montana. But, for us to come from Georgia and to do something like that, I mean, we need about a week and a half.
And
just where we can see everything.
Unfortunately, when we took those trips, we didn't have our channel. But can
I
you imagine
know.
if we would have had our channel? We went through so many incredibly interesting places, and we didn't have the channel.
Yeah, Elvis had talked about making a YouTube channel for probably the last 2 years, and we just never did it. I mean, so we've done so much traveling that we haven't documented. But I mean, just about everywhere we go, we love. So I mean, we're trying to
Yeah.
revisit places that we've already seen just to kind of document it.
Yeah.
But the bad thing is, unfortunately, Elvis doesn't get as much time off as
Yeah.
I do, so we have to kind of take a lot of shorter trips, which usually means the South. So Harley's World said, if you want to visit Michigan, ride the coast up Lake Michigan. Traverse City is nice. Mackinac Island, there are lots of nice places in Michigan.
I've heard that. I've talked to several people from Michigan, and Michigan isn't really talked about, like the beautiful parts of Michigan, but I've heard that Michigan has some of the most beautiful places in the Midwest, and I would definitely like to take that trip.
Yeah.
Does Michigan have any kind of like mountains, or is it mostly
Well,
flat?
I have no idea.
That's a question for you, Harley's World.
What do you guys do for side YouTube? I'm a nurse.
I work for the local housing authority.
Yes.
Coordinator.
And then we also have a part-time catering business.
Yes.
We make empanadas, and we go out to local breweries and wineries and do some private events.
In the West Georgia area.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, we'll go to Atlanta or, other surrounding areas.
And since we've started the YouTube, we've cut back on the catering because it's so time consuming, just the prep that goes into it. So now we really only do maybe 1 or 2 events a month. We have one coming up next weekend.
Upper Michigan is hilly but no mountains. Okay.
Lots
Upper Michigan
lakes.
is hilly but no mountains, lots of lakes. Yeah, we're going to check it out one day, definitely. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Michigan. You know what I really want to see in Michigan? I want to see Detroit.
Some of that fried rice.
Huh?
Your fried rice.
Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah. I love making that fried rice. Yeah.
So Elvis has a culinary degree, but he doesn't work in the in the culinary field now. Yeah. So he just keeps me full.
If you guys are curious and you want to see more or less what we do, you can go to our Instagram, right?
Yeah, but I don't hardly ever post on there anymore.
Yeah, but they could see what it looks like, the places we go. So it's OMG, like oh my God, OMG empanadas. So just OMG empanadas. You put that on Instagram, and I think our Facebook too.
Facebook,
yeah, Facebook, and you'll see, you'll kind of get an idea of what we do as far as catering.
I do try to post our menus before we go out to an event.
Yeah.
I've just gotten slack on posting our calendar, showing where we're going to be, just because we've kind of cut back and we're not doing as many events.
Yeah. Last year? Well, for the past couple of years, we've been booked every weekend. I mean, we were overwhelmed. So many people reaching out to us, wanting us to go and sell food at their venues,
Yeah.
and it became overwhelming. It was too much.
Well, we just don't have any time. We didn't have any time just for
Yeah.
ourselves because, especially the whole spring and the whole summer,
Booked.
every weekend,
Booked,
sometimes 2
booked.
events a weekend.
Yeah.
And I mean, we
The money
love
was
to
great.
travel.
The money was
Yeah.
great, but it was just overwhelming. Sometimes peace of mind and just, time to ourselves is more important than the money for sure.
James said, "What inspired you to start your YouTube channel?"
We love traveling. We love traveling, and I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. So when was it? About how many months ago?
January.
In
is when we
January.
finally started.
I was fed up. I was like, you know what? Let's do it, man. I'm tired of us traveling to all these places, and I could be documenting all this stuff, and I felt like I was slipping. I should have been doing this a long time ago. So I said, let's do it. I got my new phone, and we went for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Harley's World said, if you want to visit Lower Michigan, I live in an old town called Wyandotte. It's a bar hopping town. Detroit has casinos. Well, Elvis probably wouldn't let me go to Detroit. Thank you, Booth Crush. That's so nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because
I won't let you go to Detroit
because of the casinos.
Oh no!
I love casinos.
Yeah,
but they get me in trouble.
Yeah, we will be broke by the time we leave the casinos. She never wins anything, so
I do sometimes.
Where is it? I've never seen it.
Well, I usually
she wins it, but she puts it right back.
I reinvest is what it's called. I reinvest.
So, yeah, she's making those people, makes them rich.
Don't forget to show your support. Give them a thumbs up. Oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks, Keith.
Oh, that's a super sticker. Okay, it's a different color.
What do you mean?
That.
Oh wow. Okay.
Me and my family went on the Mardi Gras in May. I enjoyed watching your reviews on it. Oh, thank you. That was our second time on the Mardi Gras. It was just a different itinerary.
Yeah.
The first go around, and we're actually booked again for next April, the end of April.
Be on the lookout because we're gonna make a lot of videos. Because those if you guys go into our page and you look at our videos that we made on the cruise, they have so many views. They did so good, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And that was our first time, of course, doing like cruise videos. So we weren't sure. I mean, you know how that was going to go because, but Elvis did great.
Yeah, that's when I started editing, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna make a lot of videos. We're gonna review every bar on the ship. We're gonna review every restaurant. We're gonna review restaurants at wherever we get off.
Yeah, and this itinerary, it's the same one that we went on the very first time when we met James and Dawn. So it goes to Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Honduras.
Yeah,
Roatan, which is my favorite. Yeah, I love going there.
Beautiful place, beautiful.
So it'll be different ports, so that way we're not making the same videos or that we did this last time. What'd you think about the Mardi Gras, though, Haley? Oh, sorry, Harley. My best friend at work is named Haley, so that just slipped out. Was that your first cruise or just the first cruise on one of the bigger ships?
Thank you, Booth Crush. She said, gotta support local neighbors.
All right, so what else we got going on? So we've got a couple of trips coming up, but they're smaller trips. They're just weekend trips. A couple weeks, we're going to go up to Helen in the mountains and go tubing and make some videos up there.
It's going to be fun.
We try to do that at least once a year.
Yeah.
And then next month, we're going to Miami for about 4 days for Elvis's birthday to visit family and to make videos.
We're going to make a lot of videos in Miami. I really want to make a nice video about the neighborhood I grew up in. It's a place on the outskirts of downtown Miami called Little Havana. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you probably never have. But it's a very, very interesting place. Nobody knows English. It's like being in another country. It's all Cubans and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and, just people from all different countries, well, Latin countries. But that's going to be a very interesting video.
So Harley said, I loved it, but it was almost too big, too much to truly enjoy, we will stick to the smaller ships. We love cruising.
A lot of people say that, and you know,
Yeah.
I understand. We love it though.
We do, and I don't know that we would want to go back to the smaller ships
Yeah.
because we like that it's spread out and that there's just more places to eat and more things to do.
And we never stop. From
No.
the minute we wake up in the morning, we just go. By the end of the cruise, we could barely walk. We're like,
but we're these vacationers that some people are on vacation and they sleep in, and that we are up at 6:30 in the morning, ready to get our day started.
Mhm.
So we don't do much resting when we're on a trip, especially a cruise.
Thanks, James. Yep, going back to my roots, I'm going to show you guys where I'm from. I'm going to show you the nittiest, grittiest parts of Miami, and then I'm going to show you guys the richest of the richest people in the United States of America that live in Miami. A bunch of drug dealers and all kinds of crazy shit. You're going to see Bentleys and all kinds of stuff. Incredible.
Sounds like, okay, wait, Booth Crush said, I love Helen, close to where I grew up. Don't go to the falls. It's so crowded. We've done that before, so we'll probably skip that this time, definitely. I'm not even sure what all we're going to do. I know we rented an Airbnb near Helen.
Yeah.
And we're going to go tubing, but other than that, we haven't planned out our exact itinerary to what all videos we're going to do and little towns we're going to try to hit. But hopefully the weather will cooperate.
Hopefully we'll find some interesting little towns out there. You know, in those places, all the towns are nice. It's hard to find old, abandoned places.
So Keith said, sounds like we all need a group cruise. That would be awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's the thing with us. Normally when we cruise, we've only ever went together. Like we've never went in a big group, and we can't find anybody that wants to go. I mean, not that sounds sad, like we don't have friends, but we get great deals on cruising because I've cruised so much, and we like to go when kids are in school. No offense, but our kids are grown, and we don't go on a cruise when half the cruise ship is going to be kids. And it's just not as enjoyable.
It's so hard to coordinate with people, like we'll say, oh, next month, oh, we can't go next month. What about the following month? Oh, we have something planned. So we're like, you know what? Let's just go.
Yeah. So we just plan, when we want to go, and we just go by ourselves. We always meet people though.
What's the name of that YouTube or Facebook page that you go to for like the cruise group?
Oh, I have 4 or 5.
Oh, I was gonna say you should, in case anybody wants to go on there and check it out.
Oh, when we're going?
Yeah.
You're talking about our week?
Yeah.
Well, our week. So a Facebook somebody that's on the cruise will always create a private Facebook group that's just for that specific sailing.
Yeah.
So we're going April 27th is when the cruise leaves. And it's 7 days. It leaves on a Saturday, comes back on a Saturday. And so there is a private group for that cruise already.
What's the name of it? Like, what do they call it?
You just search like Carnival Mardi Gras, April 27th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dates, and then it pulls up the private group.
Oh, you were just talking about that.
So Harley, we're going back on the Mardi Gras, April 27th through May 4th, I think it is. But it's a different itinerary. So it's Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Roatan, Honduras. And we've been to all those places before, but
I want to go back to Belize. I think that was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
You guys never been to Belize? Oh my God, it's paradise. The water, but the city, the town, we didn't go inside the city.
No, we just we stayed in the cruise port. No, wait,
we didn't. Remember, we got to the gate and we seen like armed guards with machine guns, and
I thought we went and did a rum tasting. Was that inside the port? Because I had to get my.
I think that was inside the port. We never left the port. We couldn't.
My 1 barrel rum.
Yeah,
in Belize.
That place is kind of rough, but it's beautiful though.
If you ever go to Belize and you like rum, this is my favorite rum that I've ever had my whole entire life. But they only sell it. I think there's a store in California and one in Florida that sells it. so you can't find it anywhere else in the United States, but it's called One Barrel. And it is just delicious. It has like this caramel finish to it.
It's delicious, yeah.
It's
Very
really
good rum.
Yeah.
Most rum from those areas is always good. They have the best sugar cane.
Oh, Harley said, nice. We just got a free drink package from Carnival. Need to book another one. Yes, definitely. I hate that y'all don't like the bigger ships. Y'all could join us.
That'd be cool.
We do. I mean,
Damn, that's awesome. They got a free drink package?
I know. I've never gotten a free drink package.
You're lucky because that is expensive.
I mean, I get free drinks in the casino, but we normally just buy the drink package.
Yeah.
Because
Are we buying it this time? Yeah. There goes another $1,000, guys.
But this is the thing. Because I've cruised so much, I mean, for our 7-day cruise, which we just get the cheap interior rooms, but it's $450 total with a $200 onboard credit and $200 to spend in the casino. And I know some people get better deals than that, but where can you go for 7 days for $450? So even if we spend an extra $1,000 on the drink package, it's still just making a 7-day trip $1,500, which is still cheap. But I mean, we'll spend that money just for YouTube.
Why'd she say, oh, yum?
Yes, it was a first. Usually they give us 500 onboard credit. Oh, Booth Crush said, oh, yum, because of the rum.
Oh, the rum.
I saw
Okay.
him about the rum. Yeah. What? I did already.
Oh, yes, it was the first. Okay.
Yep. Well, that's good. I wish they would give me the free drink package. But if they didn't give it to me after the amount of money I spent in the casino this last time, I don't think they're going to give it to me. They gave me a free bottle of wine, which was almost insulting because it's like, really? Anyway. James said, now I want the old fashioned at the Alchemy Bar. Man, I miss that drink.
Oh, man.
I know.
That was fun, James. When we sat there at the bar and had those old fashions, that was a good time.
Well, this time on Mardi Gras, the first time on Mardi Gras last year, we loved the Fortune Teller Bar. That was our favorite bar. We were there every single day. This time, the bartenders weren't the same, and they were a little standoffish and not as friendly. Yeah. So we didn't go there nearly as much. We actually spent more time at the Brass Magnolia.
Yeah.
And
they were kind of jerks, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all of them, but there was this one girl that was there every single day, and she just acted like she didn't want to be there. That just kind of ruins the experience.
So we talked about that. Like even while we were on the ship, it was a whole different experience from the first time we went. Like people weren't as friendly. It's almost like the staff was overworked. And when you have a place and the staff is overworked, you can see it in their personalities and just the way they respond to you. And it was just uncomfortable sometimes. I hope it's not like that this time.
Yeah, well, but that was really the main difference was that bar. I mean, we didn't encounter a lot of negative people, but
I just felt like people weren't as smiley as they were before. Everybody was so nice before, and this time people nobody barely even said hi to you or anything. Yeah. It was weird.
Good for you, Harley. She won $900
Whoa.
in the casino in May, and she loved Brass Magnolia with the live jazz. Well, we met several cool people on this trip, and remember the people that we met at Brass Magnolia, and I can't think of their names right now. I have it in my phone because we got everybody's contact information because they knew we were on YouTube, and they're like, hey, if you want to come to our town, they were going to give us a tour and get with us and stuff. So one day we will, but.
So you and Harley is a bad idea to go on a cruise. I don't think we should be cruising together, Harley.
Why you think she would influence me to go to the casino?
Or you would influence her.
Well, obviously she likes going. She goes already.
I don't want no problems with her husband.
Anyway, Brass Magnolia. This lady that we happened to be sitting beside her and her husband, super cool from, I think, North Carolina. Remember?
South Carolina.
Well, she introduced me to a drink called Aperol Spritz.
Yeah.
And I drank that the whole entire time.
Yeah, she had one in her hand. She would wake up with one in her hand. I'm like, where the hell did you get that?
I'm like,
In your dream?
No, it was delicious though. A little fruity. I think it had champagne in there or something, and
Mhm.
I don't know. It was delicious. So that was kind of my go-to because I usually try to find one go-to drink, on every cruise.
Oh,
So that was it this time since we weren't hanging out at Fortune Teller,
yeah.
but it was great. So what else do we got going on? That's all the trips that we have planned right now after Elvis's birthday in September. Who knows what we'll get into?
So Miami's the last one we have. Okay, so after Miami, we got to take a fall trip.
Yeah. We always go to
the mountains.
Tennessee, somewhere usually in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
We want to go get some videos of the beautiful yellow and orange and red trees
when
and
the leaves start changing.
Yeah, so
But-
we were talking about switching
yeah.
it up and going to Asheville, North Carolina this time, which I think is the way to go. Something different.
Well, and we've been to Asheville a couple of times and we love it.
That
It's
place
just
is amazing. Oh my god.
normally if we're doing a quick weekend trip, we always go to Gatlinburg because
Yeah.
we love Gatlinburg too. But Asheville is just a whole different
Yeah.
ball game. So I think we are going to try to do that. Maybe in October.
Harley's World said, "Love Gatlinburg. We've been there numerous times.
We go about twice a
We go
year
there
at
about
least.
twice a year. We go to those moonshine tastings and
Mhm.
we have
Wine
such a
tastings.
good time. Yeah,
Because it's only about 4.5 hours away from us, so we can, take a quick weekend trip.
and you know what I love
and
about it
get there.
too? It's so cheap.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg is so cheap. How much did we get that room for last time at the Microtel? Wasn't it like $60?
Yeah, but it was a Sunday night,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we got. Oh, she said, yeah. Booth Crush said, yes, Asheville is beautiful in the fall. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm dying to see what it looks like in the fall. It's beautiful all year round, so I imagine in the fall it must be amazing.
So James said, what do you guys do when you're not doing videos or working as far as like hobbies?
I mean, we don't have time. We work 9 to 5. At night, we don't really have time to do much. Sometimes we're prepping empanadas.
No, hobby-wise, I love to read.
That's
I
not-
read. That is a hobby, honey.
It is?
Reading
Oh,
is a hobby.
That's a very boring hobby.
Elvis, it drives him crazy because he's like, you're reading another book. But I love to read. I read just about every day. But on the weekends, like this weekend, we took a weekend off. We didn't have a catering event. We traveled last weekend, so we were like, we're just going to kind of relax and take it easy.
Yeah.
So we went out to the winery, and they have a live band on Saturday nights from 5 to 8. So Elvis cooked up the delicious fried rice to take out there to the staff and the owners, because the owners of the winery, Sherry and Jerry, they're like some of our best friends.
Yeah.
And that's where we got married. Jerry married us, and
Yep.
even we go out there and cater, but even when we're not working, if we don't have anything else to do, we usually go hang out there because it's super cool and they have delicious wine and there's entertainment. So it's just for a nice, relaxing evening.
We love it out there. Really nice people.
Harley said we did the moonshine tasting first thing in the morning. Boy, was that fun.
Oh, we've done that too. We've actually, sometimes we don't stop hitting different tastings.
We've went before and started like 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And by the end of the day, we go back to the first one we did because there's different people working. We're like, they're not going to know. Like Sugarland scans your ID, so you can only go there once a day. Yeah. But Old Smoky Moonshine, it says once a day, but how are they going to know? Because if you go at different times of the day, different people are working. So,
Crystal, okay.
Yeah, okay.
You keep calling her Booth Crush. I'm sorry, I thought I wasn't. Okay, Crystal, awesome. Yeah,
nice to meet you, Crystal. I'll remember Crystal and not call you Booth Crush.
I felt
anymore.
weird calling her Booth Crush.
Well, me too, but that's the screen name, and I don't want to be like, "What's your name? Tell us your name."
By the way, Crystal, I was looking at your channel the other day, and I saw you have some very interesting little things that you do. I mean, I guess it's in your house. I saw you did like a little store or something like that. That was pretty cool. I like that. It looks like you and your husband are very crafty and handy people. That was awesome. Thanks for the Amber Cove vid.
Oh, thank you for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's from My Inspirations.
Yep.
Hmm.
We that was our first time in Amber Cove on this cruise, and we're pretty adventurous, so we just decided to. We had watched some YouTube videos before we went and heard people say that the beach was within walking distance, but a lot of people don't feel comfortable venturing out like that. But Elvis, his mom's from DR, and I mean, he speaks Spanish, so that's a big barrier to. I mean, like a big help when we're traveling in these.
It's a lot easier for us to maneuver our way around these places, especially like in Mexico, because I speak Spanish, and I mean, it's just easier to talk to the people.
And most of the time, once they know that like he speaks Spanish, it's like they don't mess with you or not that
they don't try to hustle you as
right,
hard.
Right.
Yeah. See, sometimes they see us walking, and I could hear them talking about us.
And I wouldn't know what they were saying.
Yeah, and I'm already. I'll tell Michelle they're talking shit. They're trying to hustle us already, and then I'll walk up to them and say something in Spanish, like perfect Spanish, and their eyes just light up, like, "Uh-oh, he got us."
And then there's no problem. I mean, we've never had any issues in any of these countries that we've went to. I mean, any ports that we've went to.
Yeah.
Oh, no, thank you. No, the Booth Crush channel is just for antique dealers. My husband doesn't participate in those videos. I ran Big Crash with my best friend Dawn.
Oh, okay. All right.
How much was your dishes?
Where?
In Amber Cove?
Damn, I don't remember. They weren't.
It was very reasonable.
It was like $14, I think, for one.
I don't even remember. What did we even get?
So I got the pork chunks with fried plantains.
Okay.
And then you got ceviche.
Oh gosh, I love ceviche.
Yeah. They were both under $20. I'd say maybe between 13 and 16 for each.
And we got there, and the little guy, I mean, he catered to us the whole time. And they even, I mean, there was a lady there that was helping, and she walked me to the bathroom because it was kind of a trek to get to the bathroom. I mean, they were super nice.
Super nice people, yeah.
They brought us buckets of beer and whatever we wanted, they brought to your little table that you have.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they didn't, some people kind of get on your nerves because they hover and they are just constantly trying to get you to buy stuff. And
trying to upsell.
I mean, it was very relaxing and cool. And we gave them a good tip, but it wasn't like we felt like we had to. It's just, I mean, they were great.
Yeah.
But it was very reasonable.
Yeah.
Very reasonably priced for it to be on the beach. And then that little beach, I mean, there was hardly anybody there because, I mean, I guess most people don't venture out there.
Said.
Liquid lunch.
What did she say? Read it.
She said, we didn't eat in Amber Cove. I'm bummed we didn't try any food. We had liquid lunch.
Oh.
And My Inspiration said, great, thanks. Getting ready to watch your San Juan video. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I will tell you, though, San Juan was probably our least favorite port because it was so hot that day, and it was just, there was no breeze. There were four cruise ships in the port, so there were so many people. There were
so many people. And you know what? You got to say, that was a beautiful city.
It was beautiful.
San Juan is beautiful, but the situation with the heat and we had to wait so long to get into the restaurant and get a table, and it was just a hassle. There was way too many people on that little island. But if we were to go one day when there's not all those ships, that will probably be one of the coolest places.
I've been to San Juan, not on a cruise ship, and old San Juan is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, it was just too much with there being 4 ships in port. So I mean, even to go in a store, waiting 10 or 15 minutes in line to get a water, it was just too much. And it was hot, and we're like, we're getting back on the ship. So check out the video. I mean, it's still a good video, but it's just we didn't do as much as we wanted to in San Juan.
We couldn't. We were drained. I mean, it was way too hot.
Hardy's
World.
That video you guys did with that guy and the
pew pew, the gun.
Pew was oh.
For those of you that don't know what she's talking about, we did a video in York, Alabama. So, guys, York, Alabama is one of the poorest. It's in the poorest county in Alabama. and I've been wanting to go there for so long, and it did not disappoint. We got a gun pulled on us.
It disappointed me.
It was that place was third world country type place.
Well, the crazy thing is we had went to Mississippi and spent 3 days in the Delta, like these poor Mississippi towns in the Delta region,
Yeah.
which I was a little nervous about. And it was great. Like we did not encounter not the first bad situation,
People were
negative
very nice.
vibes or anything.
The poorest people in the country. We went to some of the poorest towns in the United States in Mississippi.
And then we're coming back to Georgia, and we stop at a couple of little towns in Alabama, and then that happens, and I was just over it. I'm like, no.
Yeah, York, Alabama, guys, don't go there.
Don't go. No.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I mean, well, we've had several people comment on that video saying that that place is horrible. People that live there.
Yeah. It's saying
They
the
say-
police won't do anything, and
There's people putting guns on each other all the time. I mean, it sounds like hell over there.
well,
I wanna
I
go
won't
back.
be back.
No,
You want to go back?
I want to go back.
Well, you go back. I'm not going. That'll be a solo trip. I don't care to repeat that.
Yes,
It's not on my bucket list of places to go. Once was definitely enough.
that was a very strange place.
Yeah, definitely.
From the minute we pulled in there, I had a bad feeling. But it is what it is. That's what you know. That comes with the game we play.
Yeah, and luckily, I mean, it hasn't happened since then, and
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, luckily he didn't shoot at us, but still.
Harley's World said, "Did you say you own an empanada business?" Yeah, we do. Check out our go to our Instagram. It's OMG Empanadas.
So we don't have a food truck. We just do pop-up events. So we have a tent. Everything is prepared ahead of time, and we just fry the empanadas there on site.
Yeah. So James said, "What makes you choose the towns you go to?" I'm the one that chooses the towns that we go to. So I like to find the poorest places because I think those are the most interesting, and they have the most interesting people. So what I do is I go to these maps. I look for the most, how do you say, secluded, rural,
Yeah.
the most rural towns, and then I go to Wikipedia and I look at the demographics. I look at the, the household median incomes and the race makeup and all that, and that's how we choose our towns.
Well, and he'll go on Google Maps and do the little walking street view and
I'll
look
look
to
at
see
them.
if there's anything in the town.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about poor towns; it's like small, older towns.
Older towns, yeah.
Because that's just more interesting. I mean, I feel like nobody wants to see the bigger cities that, I mean, are thriving.
Yeah.
It's more interesting to see these little small abandoned towns where there's no businesses left operational. And I mean, I don't know, to us anyway.
That's what we're more interested in. I mean, it gets more, not only does it get more views, but it's more interesting for us because these places usually have more history than the other places that are more well off. So that's what we're looking for, places with a lot of history and old buildings.
But we would love to know y'all's opinion. Like, what kind of videos would y'all like to see? I mean, do y'all like the old little small towns or the bigger, like, touristy destination places?
When we go to Miami, we're going to do some big places. Like, we're going to do South Beach. I want to do a South Beach in the daytime and in the nighttime.
Harley's World said, "Oh, you guys ship? Hubby is Mexican, and I haven't tried making them."
Oh.
You know what? If we could ship empanadas, we would probably be rich because...
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm telling you, I'd never had an empanada before he introduced them to me. And everywhere we go, even the skeptical people, like if you go somewhere where there's not like a Latin influence, and everybody's like, "A what?" They don't even know what an empanada is.
A who?
They'll order a couple, and then 5 minutes later, they're like, "Those were delicious. We got to get some more."
Yeah.
So and they're different flavors than just the traditional empanadas that you can find everywhere else. Elvis invents his own flavors.
Yeah, I make my own flavors. If you're curious, I'll tell you what flavors. Like what our best sellers are: jerk chicken.
Hold on just 1 second. Crystal, we have been to Eufaula. Alabama. We've done videos there before. Yes, we
Yeah.
love that little historic
Those
district with all those pretty houses.
those were some of the most beautiful houses that we saw, like in Alabama.
Okay, I'm sorry. And James said, with Halloween coming up in a couple of months, can't wait to see your scary type of videos. Oh, wow. You know what? We haven't even thought about what we're going to do for Halloween,
Yeah.
costumes or video wise.
That's a good one, James. Maybe we should look for some really bad areas.
So, Crystal, the empanadas we usually make, so we do a Caribbean beef and a jerk chicken, which the Caribbean beef is more a traditional flavor.
Yeah, it's like a ground beef, like a Cuban style ground beef. It has potatoes in it. It has green olives, a lot of seasoning, garlic, onions, red peppers.
But then we do a jerk chicken
A
empanada,
Jamaican jerk chicken, yeah.
black bean and cheese empanada.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have
Spicy.
other flavors that just kind of rotate because we always do 4 savory flavors. So
Yeah.
we rotate our 4th flavor just where we're not taking the same flavors every time we go out.
And then we do a dessert as well.
Usually caramel apple pie.
Caramel apple pie, pecan pie, different things.
But the 4th flavor that we rotate, we do a spicy Thai barbecue chicken. We do a coconut curry chicken, a mojo pork. We've done a jambalaya empanada.
Oh, that's my favorite, yeah. Macaroni and
ham, mac and cheese.
Ham, mac and cheese empanada. We have so many different flavors.
Sunspots jerk chicken can't miss. Oh, it's
that's
delicious.
Our best seller right
That's
there.
one of the best.
Yeah.
And we make homemade sauces to dip them in. So with the jerk chicken, we make a mango jalapeno chutney. And oh gosh, it goes so well with the jerk chicken.
Yeah. Pumpkin empanadas.
The pumpkin empanadas are great.
I've heard about those. I've always wanted to try it. I heard they're like a cheesecake pumpkin something. But I might try to make that one day. That
My inspiration said in Nice, France, their newly opened baked empanada shop, they're doing really good business. Oh, that's cool. Where are you from, My Inspirations? James said, do you deliver?
Oh, man. I wish we could ship. Because people always ask me, especially people in Miami. My friends are always like, send me some. I don't know how that works.
New York City. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we're a small time business, so we don't have the capacity to ship.
We'd have to buy coolers and ice packs and all that stuff.
But if y'all are ever in Georgia,
come see us.
And Crystal, y'all check out one of our events.
Yeah.
I think at the end of this month, we have a subdivision that we're doing this coming up weekend in Sharpsburg. But then at the end of the month, like the 25th and 26th, I think it is, Friday and Saturday, whatever that weekend is, we're going to be out at a brewery in Noonan called Abide. And then we're going to be at the winery in Villarica that we go to all the time, Little Vine Vineyards.
Yeah.
So y'all should come check it out.
Definitely.
Get you some empanadas.
Definitely.
So what else?
Crystal said, let's do a meetup and go to the haunted house here in Carrollton. Oh, we're down.
Are you talking about Camp Blood?
Camp Blood, maybe, yeah. Unless she knows about another one.
Yeah, I mean, what's that other one that, we saw like a van riding around, but I don't know if it's very popular, but there's always a van.
Yeah, isn't that Camp Blood?
No, because it's on down towards Bremen.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's
but I don't know if
it's a paintball place, but it turns into a
haunted house.
Yeah, we're down. That's
Look,
cool.
I used to love haunted houses. Love them. Me and my cousin, every year at Halloween, we would go to a haunted house for years and years and years. But I haven't went in several years, but I love it. I love it. I love running from people with chainsaws and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that sounds cool. We'd definitely be down to do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Are you good with running? You're
I'm
not going to get scared. You're just going to walk. My cousin used to always make me be in the front of the line because she would be scared, but she would be the one that wanted to go to the haunted houses, my cousin Jennifer. So we would go, every now and then at Camp Blood or, the haunted houses. You go in a house and then you get to a dead end and have to turn around. So the line has to turn around the other way. So I would be at the front of the line and then we would have to turn around, and then she would be pushing me to try to get me back to the front of the line in the other direction because she didn't want to go ahead of me.
Well, I'm gonna be walking. I'm gonna be chilling, laughing. So
No, I love it. I love it.
yeah, we're down, Crystal, for sure.
Yep. I've went to a couple in Atlanta, which again, it's probably been 10 years since I've been to a haunted house. But Netherworld in Atlanta, and that was cool, but it's like the line is 50 miles long, and
Never heard of that. Netherworld.
And it had one thing that kind of creeped me out because it's like a building inside and you go in all these different rooms. And there was one and the whole thing was spinning and it made me so dizzy because it's like flashing lights and swirly spinning thing that you're walking through. So anyway, it was cool, but I like Camp Blood. There used to be one in Noonan,
I don't think I've ever been to a haunted house.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get Elvis in the haunted house.
Imagine I start crying. Oh, shit.
Well, I will laugh at you if you cry, but I'll hold your hand at the same time. Dunwoody. It's really good. I just can't remember the name of it. Okay. There used to be one out towards Noonan called Haunted Hill, I think. And we have went to that several times too. And it was cool. But I don't know if it's still open or not. Because again, that's been years ago.
Well, I'm curious to try one of those.
All right, y'all. This is recorded. So y'all hear it. Y'all are going to be my witness that Elvis said he will go to a haunted house.
Yeah. Why not?
We'll have to look the one up in Dunwoody and see what that's about. But
yeah.
Well, we'll try to find some cool things to do for Halloween. And then we have to find somewhere to go every month. So I'm not sure what we'll do in November, but then we have some time off in December around Christmas. So we'll probably try to plan a cool little long, maybe 4-day weekend somewhere. I have no idea.
West Virginia. Guys, I want to go to West Virginia so bad. I want to live in West Virginia, but this one right here is not ever going to allow that.
No.
I love West Virginia.
We've been to West Virginia.
Beautiful, beautiful place.
Part of it is beautiful, but
it's very crappy. Part of it's crappy.
We drove. So Elvis looked up the poorest place in West Virginia.
No, the poorest
place.
Oh
no, wait, the highest opioid addiction rate or something. Yeah. It's called Welch, West Virginia, and that's the only place he went. He was like, "We got to go to Welch. We got to go to Welch."
And we weren't making videos at that time.
No, but I wish we were, because you know what? The funniest thing ever. So we go through Virginia for just a little bit. It's beautiful. I mean, like just beautiful rolling hills. Range. But you had to go through a little point of Virginia to get to West Virginia. So we get to Welch and we're going into the town, and the Welcome to Welch sign, what did it say?
It said, "Welcome to pig shit."
Someone had spray painted pig shit over the town sign.
Guys, that is a very sad place. Huh? That was depressing. That town. It's probably one of the worst things I've seen in my life. Everybody was on. I mean, of course, not everybody was on drugs, but it was hard to find somebody in that town that did not look like they were on meth. That's how bad that place is, man.
So Harley said, eventually we will be moving to Florida near the Tampa area. That's cool. We have some friends that live in Central Florida outside of Orlando. So we usually go down around that area.
And Fort Myers too?
Yeah, about once a year.
We got to make our way over there at some point to Fort Myers Beach and all that.
So Sunspot said, "I love West Virginia. Lived in D.C. 18 years and escaped to West Virginia a lot." What part of West Virginia, Sunspots, did you like to go to? We went to Welch, and then we drove up a little bit and drove through the mountains across the whole state and ended up in Huntington.
Yeah.
And then stayed there a couple of days.
That place is incredible, man.
But like the whole time we were going across the state in these little hollers, no cell phone signal whatsoever. And that creeped me out. Not because I needed to be on my phone, but if something was to happen, because some of those people looked a little suspect.
What do you call it? Inbred.
They just looked scary in some places. And I'm not being funny, but then I'm like, something could happen and we can't even call for help. But-
Yeah, some of those people are pretty scary, man. But they're nice though. I mean, nobody was ever rude or nothing.
Okay, so been all over, but Shepherdstown, Berkeley Springs, Eastern Neck, Harper's Ferry. Okay.
Sketchy.
Harper's Ferry, weren't we? Did we go to Harper?
We
looked
wanted
that up.
to.
We wanted to.
There's a lot of history there. That was our main goal was to go to Harper's Ferry, but we couldn't make it. It was too far from the towns that we
no,
were going to see.
Where did we meet up with Stanley?
We never met up with him.
Well, where were we supposed? Where was he?
Wheeling,
West Virginia, and we were going to go to Harper's Ferry.
Harper's Ferry
during that trip.
was on the other side, though, like going east.
Yeah, and we were on our way to Ohio. We just stopped through Wheelings. That was a different trip.
Yeah,
but we looked up Harper's Ferry, and we wanted to go.
There's a hotel that I wanted to go stay in there. Very beautiful hotel with a lot of history, but we will make our way there for sure.
Well, we'll see in December. I mean, I don't know if I want to spend my Christmas in West Virginia.
In the beautiful mountains. Where else would you rather go?
Okay, James said, if you had a choice to live somewhere other than Georgia, where would you live?
Who? Because
are you asking?
we might have two. We might go
two different ways. Opinions.
So me, personally, my two favorite places to live would be Montana or Wyoming. Or I really liked Idaho. That's where he lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
James, Idaho is beautiful. That place is so damn beautiful, man.
Okay, so this is, I have a friend that lives in Montana, and we went up there to see her. Montana, Wyoming, that's.
Where would you live?
Well, let's talk about your choice first.
Okay.
I'm saying why I wouldn't want to live there.
Okay, yeah.
The winters. I mean, like it was beautiful, but I don't want to be somewhere that it's negative 20 degrees in the wintertime. And a couple of years ago, I was talking to my friend Amy, and she lives in, God, I can't remember what part of Montana. It's near the bottom. I mean, sorry, it just left my brain. But anyway,
it's up north.
It's
though.
Lower. No, it's maybe
lower.
Mid-state.
Kalispell?
No, that was where we met her to to go to the.
But it's a pretty big place where
Park.
She lives, right? It's not like a small. Okay.
But it's, I think, mid-state. And we were talking, and she said there was ice frozen like an inch thick on her windows, and it was like negative 20 degrees. No, I can't do it. I don't like the cold like that. I mean, if it's just a weekend because you're there for a weekend and it's cold, that's different. But
and you know what? I know I say that I would like to live in those places, but I lived in Miami my whole life. I don't know what it's like to live in a place that has snow and all that. So I might be crying after living there for a year. Like, no, get me out of here. So I might be just talking trash.
So Harley's World said, too cold there, Elvis. I hate winters, hence why we're moving south. James said, we will eventually be moving to Newport, Oregon. If you couldn't guess by this weekend, Idaho is beautiful. So for me, I like the South. I mean, I did think Idaho was beautiful, and the Midwest, like Montana, Wyoming, all of that, I loved. Not to live there because of the weather, but I like being in the South.
You like Tennessee?
I like Tennessee. I like
Tennessee too. I could definitely live in Tennessee
because it's going to be similar weather to Georgia, and I like. Well, even though Georgia weather drives me crazy sometimes, it doesn't get too overly cold. Mm-hmm. Some years we don't even really have a bad winter. I mean, it's, and Tennessee is very similar. So I wouldn't mind living in the mountains of Tennessee but that's really the only place I've really thought about. But
Kentucky,
we're probably not going to move anytime.
So this is the thing I just want to say as well, guys. Where we live in Carrollton, Georgia, if you've never been here, Crystal, I know you can attest to this. This is a beautiful place. There's a lot of people that want to live here. This is a real beautiful place. But I don't know. I just like the idea of moving to another state. I don't know. Maybe later on, 10 years from now, 15 years. But I don't know.
All right. So Crystal said, Elvis, have you seen the house that was used in the beginning shot of the Golden Girls? The rest of the show was recorded on a soundstage, but the house was in Miami.
No. You know what? I remember seeing that. So I think I know where that's at. That looks like a very familiar place called Coral Gables. I think that house is in Coral Gables. I think I heard somebody say that before. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what the majority of the nice areas in Miami look like. Just all the palm trees and the beautiful houses and all that. Yeah. I'm gonna look into that though. I'm curious now to know where that house is at.
Yeah. And Harley said Tennessee is beautiful.
Hardy's World said we drove through some backwood mountains in West Virginia. It was scary.
Oh.
Yeah, it is kind of. I love it though. I'm not scared of none of that. I love it.
Well, to visit somewhere like that and to live there is two different things.
Yeah.
I want to see as much of this country and other countries as we possibly can, but I haven't been anywhere to where I've just fell in love and been like, oh my gosh, I want to live here one day. Just because I do try to take into account the weather all year long and stuff like that. I mean, other than that, I love Wyoming, love Montana. I mean, love Colorado, all those states out there that we've been to. But
incredible. Yeah.
You got to take into account the winter weather, so that kind of marks it off.
And you know, especially as you get older too, your bones, you know, kind of the weather hurts your body.
Yeah.
Sunspot said Bavarian in Shepherdtown is amazing. Is that West Virginia? I think.
Yeah.
I really want to go there. Yeah, I want to check all that out. Bavarian. I'm gonna remember that. Write that down, Michelle. Bavarian in Shepherdstown.
I wrote down Shepherdstown already.
Okay.
So Harley, I grew up in Georgia. I was born and raised here. Elvis was actually born in Georgia, but grew up in Miami.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crystal said, I know Carrollton is a big change from Miami. Oh, you don't know. It is. It's a different world.
But you love it, right?
Yeah. You know, when I left Miami, like my personality and like just the way I interacted with people was like on a 100 level, because you have to be very vigilant. Everybody's so outgoing. Everybody's moving so fast. When I got here, I felt like I intimidated people sometimes because I spoke so fast and I was like all over the place, so scatterbrain, and everybody was so calm. And I kind of felt like I annoyed people sometimes. Like I was just too much. But as time's gone by, I feel like I've slowed down and I've kind of I'm up to speed now with my surroundings, and it's really different. It really is.
Well, you know, Miami is a fast moving life. I mean, you know, from just what you've told me.
Yeah.
And you come to Georgia and everything is just, you know, like it's not big city living by any means. So it's just a different pace, a different, you know, way of life.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. James said, really like your lion and lamb picture. Where did you get it? That actually came from Hobby Lobby. The picture.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby. Yep.
Yeah, we were remodeling the living room, changing out furniture. We got a new couch and stuff, and so we were getting new pictures for the wall. Yeah. So we just went with like an animal theme.
Yep.
So I really liked that. So move your big head. See, we got some buffalo back there. A horse. We got some other pictures scattered around the living room, but. So, I mean, you know, let's see. So a couple more quick things, and then I guess we'll probably
end the session.
Yes. My Georgia peeps like to sit back and watch the pecans grow.
I love it.
You know what? That's funny. We don't grow pecans in at our house, but I have a hummingbird feeder right outside the window. And every day when I get home and every morning when I get up, when I don't have to go to work, I open the curtains as wide as they'll go. And I sit on the couch and drink my coffee and stare out the window and watch the hummingbirds.
Oh.
I don't know if that makes me old officially, but I love it. Like,
no, they're very interesting though.
We have two little hummingbirds that come every single year and they chase each other and try to fight over the feeder. And it's just, I don't know, it's just so peaceful and relaxing
Yeah.
to just watch the hummingbirds. So I do that, and then this year we decided to try to have a little garden, but we started it
Garden.
late, so we didn't start it till June. But we have probably 4 or 5 tomato plants, and every morning when I get up before I leave for work, I go out there and I talk to the plants and I check on the tomatoes, and
She's lost it.
and I do that every evening too. I'm like, I got to go look at our little babies. They're doing really great, but this weekend, what are those things called? Hornworms. I don't know if y'all know what horn worms are, but they were eating my tomato plants.
Yeah.
I found 3 on there Saturday morning, and then this morning we removed those. And this morning there were 3 more, so I had to go to Home Depot and get some insecticide for my tomato plants because there were about 10 tomatoes that they had halfway chewed through.
Yeah, little bastards.
And they're green, and so they really blend in with the leaves of the tomato plant. So if I wouldn't have happened to just see one of them, I wouldn't have even known to look to see if there were more on the plants. Oh. So Crystal said, my mother-in-law loves her hummingbirds. She has 6 and gave them all names. You know what? I'm surprised that we haven't named ours, because this is kind of funny, but we have some railroad tracks near our house that we pass through. Like every morning when I go to work, I have to pass over these railroad tracks. And for the last 3 years, there have been groundhogs living by the railroad tracks. And
hold on. Thank you, Harley's World. I don't know if she's signing off or what, but thank you so much for watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. But every time we pass over these railroad tracks, we look for the groundhogs, and we'll see them just randomly, every couple of weeks. And we name the groundhogs because it's like our pets. We'll be like, oh God, maybe we'll see this year. We named it after a UFC fighter.
Nate Diaz,
UFC
fighter.
And then it got killed like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
But every time we would go over the railroad tracks, it was like, oh, I wonder if Nate's going to be out.
You'll see them just like that, looking around.
I made a little short video because we caught it one day, and it was standing on this little pole, this little wooden post. And we stopped the car on the side of the road, and I got out and made a little short video before he jumped down. And it was the cutest thing.
Yeah.
But since our dogs have passed away and we don't have pets anymore, if we see these random groundhogs and stuff, we just name them because that just becomes our make-believe pets.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised I haven't thought to name the hummingbirds.
Well, you gotta start thinking about
one year we had a frog, and it was in our drain up underneath our driveway, and it stayed there for months and months and months, and we named the frog.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to it, but anyway, let's see what everybody else is saying. They come back every year. I don't know how she knows the difference. You know what? I was looking at that this weekend because we were wondering if it was the same hummingbird. So we looked online, and it says that they live 5 to 10 years and that they will return to the same feeders if they know, that that's somewhere that they get fed.
But they fly hundreds of miles away for the summer. That's incredible.
For the winter.
Yeah. That's incredible. Those little things, I think they fly all the way to like the Gulf of Mexico or something like that. It says the coast of Mexico and South America.
So that's pretty amazing,
that's
though,
incredible.
That they know the direction to come back to the same feeder.
Those little tiny birds flying all those hundreds of miles. That's incredible.
Yep. James said, guys, we got to run. It's been great catching up. We are so proud of you both and blessed to call you our friends. Much love, James and Dawn. Oh, thank y'all so much for joining.
Thank you.
And we feel the same. We're so glad we met y'all on the cruise last year. And hey, one of these days we're going to be in the same place at the same time. And
we will definitely. Yeah.
And get to see each other again.
Yep.
We're probably actually about to sign off because we have to run.
Yeah, we got to go run and buy a couple things at the store.
Coffee.
Yeah.
We're almost out, and then we got to have dinner.
Yep. They do remember, she says. Yeah, they remember. Yep.
Yeah.
And I read they remember faces too. They recognize you. So that's pretty damn cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So earlier this weekend, I took my chair, and I was probably about 5 feet away from the feeder because I was curious if they would still come to the feeder if I was that close, and they did.
Yeah, they're not scared of people.
Yeah, which that's cool.
Yep.
So now we got to come up with 2 names.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Maybe we'll know the names the next time we do a live. Which we're going to try to start doing this every couple of weeks, maybe.
Yeah, this was pretty fun. I like it.
At least once a month.
I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool to interact with people and
Yeah.
find out what's going on
Yep.
in everybody's life. Well, if y'all do have any suggestions on cooking videos that you would like Elvis to do, because he loves to cook, and every time, he thinks about it every now and then. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to make this." He was like, let's make a video.
Yeah.
So if there's anything y'all want to see him cook, let us know, because
I make everything.
he cooks every single day, just
Yep.
about. So he loves to share his knowledge with everybody.
Yep.
All right. So my inspiration said you guys have great energy.
Oh, thank you. That's nice. Thank you.
I think we complement each other well.
Hardy's World said empanadas.
Oh, okay.
Remember, guys, check out OMG Empanadas on Instagram and Facebook.
We're getting, so let me just, I know we keep saying we're going to sign off. So the what we do with the empanadas is we make large quantities when we do make them.
Wait, hold on. Crystal said, so glad to talk with y'all. Looking forward to meeting one day. Awesome, Crystal. Cool.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe we'll hit up that haunted house.
We got to plan the haunted house.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll see y'all at the winery one day.
Yeah. Cool.
But so with the empanadas, Elvis has to make the fillings. So he'll do that one day. And then a couple of days later, we'll actually make the empanadas, because the filling has to be cold when you make it, or it'll do something with the dough.
Yeah.
So we could possibly make a video,
that'll be cool. Show him how we make the empanadas. Yeah,
because he's getting ready to make a couple of new flavors in the next couple of weeks to get prepared for our events later this month. So maybe we'll make a little video and share that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for joining our first live. And it was so good to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see y'all again.
Maybe we'll do it once a week.
Weeks.
We'll try to do it once a week, maybe.
Once a week?
Yeah. Maybe.
If not once a week, maybe every other week.
Every other week. Yes. Okay.
But
well, I'll go on by myself without you. Just kidding.
Obviously, I probably talk more than Elvis does, so he might not last an hour.
Because you don't let me talk.
Okay, I'm sorry. What do you want to say?
Nothing. Nice seeing you too, Sunspots.
Yes.
And OMG Empanadas, Hardy's World. Check it out. Hey, figure out how we can ship them to you, and maybe we'll do that. I don't mind. Just got to freeze them and put them in a little cooler with dry ice packs, and we'll see.
We'll see.
They're worth it.
Well, y'all have a blessed Sunday evening, and we will see y'all soon.
See y'all next time. Keep watching our videos.
Yes. And if y'all have any suggestions,
let us
throw
know.
it in the comments, or comment on any of our videos and let us know.
Definitely, yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to check out these locations that y'all suggested, because look.
Bye, Hardy's World.
I've been writing everything down.
Yeah.
So one day it's going to happen.
Yep. All right. I guess that's it. Signing off, guys. Peace.
Bye, y'all. Honey, the screen's not touchscreen.
Touchscreen.
See, and he's going to do a live without me.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
He's trying to hit the button to stop the recording, and it's not touchscreen.
What an idiot. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Woo!